Alright, what's going on? Back with another video, and today I am reviewing a car that I've always thought looked awesome. But it wasn't until recently that I kind of thought to myself, you know, this is a very special car, actually. Because of, I guess what you could say, the practicality. Of course, you can't actually fit 4 players into here in Grand Theft Auto. It would be great if you could. But in the real world, this is meant to be either a Ferrari FF or a Ferrari GTC4LUSSO, which is basically their, I don't want to say shooting brake, but their hatchback Ferrari. And the newest one, the GTC4LUSSO, comes in 2 different models. It comes in the T, which is a twin-turbo V8 that's rear-wheel drive, or the one that I think everybody wants, which is the standard model, which comes with a naturally aspirated V12. So the more I started looking at this car, the more I thought, you know, maybe we could actually do something with this. So I'm gonna get to modifying it. I'm gonna do the color first, actually, because there are plenty of great colors that you could pick, and utility actually has a bunch of nice ones. Because look at that red. I mean, it is a Ferrari, so it probably should be in red. Blue as well. Nothing like that. It has to be in some type of white. Looks really good. The issue is that it looks matte white, and that's something that Grand Theft Auto has always had a problem displaying, is white. Can never really get that gloss white look. For the hell of it, I'll do traditional Ferrari red. Probably not the most unique color to pick, but it is a Ferrari. I'm just going by the real world. So we'll lower the suspension about as low as it can go. Doesn't really matter. The transmission, we have to upgrade all of this. The hood doesn't look that bad, and as much as I like them, I feel like it kind of gives that a Corvette look, which is not what we're going for. No carbon fiber. Again, pretending that this was like a daily driver for you. So it doesn't need anything at all, if I'm honest. A little sporty spoiler, or does it look better without it? The carbon fiber spoiler actually doesn't look bad, but I'll go with the low level one. And the wheels. So we will try high end, but I think the stock wheels are probably going to be better. I just wish you could modify the stock ones more. That looks great. Black on red is a little bit overdone. Yeah, again, I think I'm just gonna go with the stock wheels. And now we don't need custom tires or anything. And to give ourselves a little more edge, we will add the turbo. Is there anything I can modify? Can I change the interior color? Probably not. I'm gonna assume that you can't. No? Okay, well, what would that be, just in case it changed it? No. Alright, we got both of them popped open, and let's take a look. There you go, a big, beautiful, which should be V12. I guess this is Grotti, right? Because Grotti is Ferrari in the game. Little faded. Maybe take it back to the dealership. Get that touched up. And how much space do we have for bodies in the trunk? Because it is Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I mean, they did a pretty accurate job. Okay, so now that we've modified it, I'm gonna go take it out for a little drive. I think the modifications actually turned out quite well. Again, it's a subtle car in the world of Grand Theft Auto. But to me personally, I think it's right in the middle. It's a perfect middle ground. Because you know it's a Grotti, shall we say. You know it's a Ferrari. But you don't really know why. Like, why would they make this model? You know, it doesn't look like any of their more traditional ones. Not a little 2-seater mid-engine. But there's nothing wrong with a front-engined, I want to say mid, because some of them the engine is so far back, it's basically a front mid-engine V12. Looks beautiful. So let's get in, start it up. Sounds okay. Let's see how the exhaust sounds. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. For Grand Theft Auto, I mean, it sounds about as good as it can. So I'll be using a controller. X is going to be upshift, and A will be downshift. Not that it matters to you. Can we do a burnout? Oh, you can. Thank goodness. I got so tired of launch control kicking in. Yeah, just driving through this parking garage. Of course, we're going to go back down, but it sounds excellent. Yeah, the car sounds quite good. Why they wouldn't add manual transmission as an option in Grand Theft Auto 6 would be beyond me, because it was so easy to implement with this little mod, and I think a lot of players would take a lot of joy in it, just using the controller to shift up and down. Alright, here we go. Oof, onto the main world, into the main world. We'll go under that tunnel there. Yeah, it's probably not going to be the fastest car we've reviewed. Probably not by any mark. But it does sound good, and I think it looks even better. All I remember hearing about the FF and the GTC4LUSSO is how ugly they are, and I don't think that this thing is ugly at all. I think it's actually really good looking. And we're going to pull a sneaky move here. We're actually just going to bust a U-turn here.
Good God!
I know. Okay, now let's see what this car is really capable of. We gotta judge it by the top speed. And it does have the turbo, it has all of the modifications and the upgrades. Not bad. I mean, it's certainly not as fast as I would have expected for a car that's meant to have a 12-cylinder, though I know it's Grand Theft Auto, but come on now. Gotta be a touch of realism. How about going down a hill? If we go down a hill, can we pick up any speed at all? And man, this thing gets filthy fast. 125 down a hill, how about that? Okay, yeah, we did hit 125 down the hill. So I think one of the reasons why this car is so excellent, and honestly, if I could have any Ferrari in the world, of course most of us would probably pick like a 458 or an Enzo or a LaFerrari, but in terms of a model that you could just pick right off the showroom floor, I honestly think, whoa, that this would be it. And the reason is because it's so practical, if that makes sense. You can fit 4 people in it. It's got all-wheel drive. The new one, the GTC4LUSSO, I think actually is all-wheel steering. And yeah, there's something just so great about the fact that this thing is a Ferrari that you can drive in the snow, because even sports cars that people have that aren't Ferraris, when you hear of them driving them in the snow, it's like complete and utter sacrilege. And for this, it's sacrilege sort of to not make use of it. Obviously, the snow has no effect in Grand Theft Auto, but it is cool being out here with all of the SUVs and tougher cars that are meant to weather this, well, weather. Can we get up top? I think this is gonna bring us to the radio tower. It really is quite good looking. You know what it is? It's different. Because you see hatchbacks, you see sports cars, but you don't see something that looks this extreme. This, pronounced, I guess is the way you could put it. It's like if a Dodge Viper was a hatchback. Maybe that's a bad example, but you get the point. It's got a very long nose, hood. Maybe, deep down, this is actually its natural environment. Out here, in the snow. Now we're going to do the final test, which is actually racing against the fellow class of sports cars. Granted, this is a racing mod. It doesn't actually show where you should be turning, so it doesn't matter if I lose. I just want to see if I can even keep up. No, give me launch control. I don't want to burn out. There we go. Too little, too late. So against another class of sports cars, and I'm just going to follow their lead. I think right now I can actually take them with the turbo added. I was trying this before without a turbo, and I didn't have a lot of luck. But then again, I don't understand the racing dynamics of Grand Theft Auto. It seems like a lot of the times they have catch up, and you're never really in the lead. Ooh, dude, these people are getting wrecked. Oh, okay, I see. So we're going up here. Beautiful looking. And I suppose we will be making a left. Is that right? That fine gentleman reminded me that I should be making a left. And oh no, did I miss the turn? No, okay, so I guess it's just a small circuit course like this. Man, my mouth is dry, so everything I say is sounding kind of Mike Tyson-esque. I'm doing pretty well, aren't I? How do we look in first person? That looks great. That tint looks filthy. Goodness, gotta get to a car wash. I like this, the way the track is designed, how you think you're gonna make a left onto the highway, but instead, you kind of slip up through that little back road. So we just gotta get 2 out of 4 laps, and I think we'll be golden. No, no, no. Wow, I don't even have any competition. I guess the V12, I think it's a V, I think the 12-cylinder hatchback does reign supreme. And for good reason, it's a freaking beautiful car. Okay, here we go. We're on lap 3 out of 4. I think I'm almost lapping these guys because the AI are so damn dumb. They're like... Yeah, come on, this is unfair. If only there was a class between this and Super, because, you know, this is just not fast enough. Okay, final lap here. And speaking of lap, I'm literally lapping them. We're almost there. Man, these guys are just launching. They have no, well, they're not real people, but they have no concept of hitting the brakes. That guy is going to end the race if he ever ends it in a different zip code. Look at me. Losing control while criticizing people that aren't even real. That guy, he decided he needed to go stop and get a coffee. That dude's racing in Australia. The damn car's upside down. And here we go. It's not a photo finish because there's no one to photo finish with. Okay, I won. Anyway, let's take a look at this beautiful work of art car one more time. Now I'm playing as Michael for some reason. I hope you enjoyed this. Seriously underrated car, understated. And now it's gone. Now it's gone. What a weird ending.